Good morning. So today we are going to discuss a very important topic. The topic name as shown on the board: testing of transformer. Before discussing this topic, let me tell why testing is required, or what is this testing actually means. For any technical device, testing is a procedure. Testing is a procedure to evaluate the system or system components. Right? Testing is a procedure to evaluate the system. Let me not say or, it will be wrong. It is end. To evaluate the system and system component. That means what? We have to check whether the particular system or the components of those system are healthy or functional, well functional, or in what way they are functioning, whether they are functioning in a ill way or well way. Everything can be checked out or can be evaluated through testing procedure. So these testings are categorized into different types. These testings are categorized into different types. As shown on the board, it is clearly mentioned testing. The first test is manufacturing test, and the second one pre-commissioning, or you can say it is a fault test. Fault test means the tests which are done under faulty condition. You can write it faulty test. Under fault condition also we are performing this type of test. So what is this manufacturing test? Anything, any technical device, not only transformer, but any technical device, either it may be computer, it may be automobiles, it may be some motor, machines, whatever. Any technical device undergoes some manufacturing test, which are performed by the manufacturer, and they give or they provide us the ideal data or ideal properties of the particular device. Similarly, transformer, when it is manufactured by the manufacturers, they are also providing certain standard specifications in technical grades. There is a technical grades you can see in the transformer. In the technical grades, all the technical specifications of the transformer are mentioned by performing some test. Those are known as manufacturing tests. So there are thousands and thousands of manufacturing tests. On the one fine another class we can discuss, that is another topic of discussion. So let's come to pre-commissioning or faulty test, which is the main topic of discussion in my today's lecture. Pre-commissioning or faulty test. From the word pre-commissioning itself, it means that the device before installation or before operating, we have to test it. So what are the tests we are going to do for pre-commissioning or before operating of that particular device? Let us see. Although there are many other pre-commissioning tests, not only these four, these are the four important. And why I have mentioned this pre-commissioning test for? Because these are also done under faulty condition. There it was written, you can see, in previous it was written pre-commissioning or faulty test. So these four tests are also done in faulty condition. Faulty means when the transformer is facing any fault, or it is shut down, or it is having a breakdown under certain conditions or situations. We are going to perform all these four tests first. So these are the four important tests, and we will be discussing one by one what are the procedure, why we are performing this test, and what are the procedure of this test. How can we perform this test in site? Apart from that, there are many other tests as I told, like oil test, for example. Oil test, just I am writing for your knowledge. Oil test, then winding resistance test. These are only I am mentioning for your reference and knowledge. We are not going to discuss in details on this. We will discuss only this four topic. Oil test, winding resistance test, then there is another test called as temperature test, which are done for both winding and oil. Then there are many other tests you can see there is a test known as for example it is a test known as the test I am forgetting the name. Actually the name is it is related to magnetization on leakage current test. The particular test name is yes, it is current magnetization test. Okay, it is already included in the topic of discussion, magnetization current test. Okay, I don't want to write again. And apart from that, there are many other tests, but let us discuss only this four test in today's video. Yes, here is the first test, turn ratio test. I hope it is visible. Turn ratio test. Why? Why we are performing this test? To check the stabilization of induced voltage on HV side. Once again I am repeating. Why we are performing this test? To check the stabilization of the induced voltage on HV side. So what does this sentence means? Stabilization of induced voltage means we know transformer in general. Transformer, what is a transformer? All of us we know. Transformer is the electrical device which is just changing the value of voltage. It is not changing any energy or it is not participated in any energy conversion technique. It is only changing the value of voltage. Either it is decreasing or increasing. And accordingly we are saying it as step up or step down, right? So particularly this is a transformer, and when the supply is given to the transformer, it is known as primary side, and the load condition of the load side is known as secondary side. Primary side and secondary side. So when the supply is given to the primary side, there is some voltage across it. Due to magnetizing effect or the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, on that principle only the transformer is working, right? So we can see due to that law of induction process, there is a induced voltage in secondary as well. Now the question is that, is the induced voltage in the secondary is in a proper ratio or not? That is the main thing we have to test it. Because if the windings will be, for example, if some of the windings are short circuited in secondary side, or if there is a faulty condition under the core of the transformer at secondary side, or if there is a lean short circuit inside, any type of fault, any fault can result as a serious issue. Serious issue means if you are giving the supply to the primary side with that same ratio, there will be no induction of voltage on secondary side what we require. So that is also a faulty condition of the transformer. And how we are going to know that? Already the manufacturer will be giving us a chart. When the transformer is, suppose a new transformer, either it is a distribution or a power, if it is, we are getting it from a manufacturer, from any manufacturer, there they will be giving the data. All the data they will be providing us. And within that data or among that data, one of the data is voltage ratio data. Voltage ratio data. Okay. So I am writing VR ratio, it is voltage ratio. voltage ratio data. What does this voltage ratio data means? And it is given for each tappings. There are different tappings of transformer. Already it is known to us. We know that tappings are it is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 and like that. It is going for according to the transformer. Either it is a distribution or a power transformer, whatever it is. It is normally from tapping 1 to tapping 17, tapping 25 even in power transformer, and in small transformer it is up to tapping 6 or 7 like that. But it is having different tappings, and in different tappings we have to check the voltage ratio data. Whether the ratio data is same or not, we have to check it. So let's check what is the procedural step for doing this test. Okay, let me say normally we are categorizing the transformer into two types. Already it is written here, you can see. First one is three-phase delta star transformer, and normally we call this transformer as distribution transformer. Three-phase delta star. Three-phase delta star means delta is primary side and star is secondary side, or you can say that star is to the supply side, star is to the load side and delta is the supply. Means the supply is given to the delta side. Okay, and the rating is normally like this, 11 kV by 440 volt. It is written 11 kV by 0.44 kV. Okay, so what we have to do? Okay, before performing this test, it is not written here, we have to ensure certain conditions. What are those conditions? The first condition is transformer is isolated from both supply end and load end. It is the first condition to be ensured. Transformer should be isolated from both end, LV and HP, or supply and load. After that, we have to keep a tap position. Suppose we are going to test the turn ratio test for tap 1. So we have to keep the tap position for tap 1, then we have to perform the test. So keeping the tap position in the required tap, suppose we are going to test in tap 1, then tap 3. Normally we are doing randomly, we are doing for 1, 3 and 17 to check the turn ratio. We can do for all the tappings as well, no problem. So if we are going to test for a certain tap, let it be tap 1, what we are doing, we are keeping the in that tap position, that is step 1. Then what we will do, we will isolate the transformer for both HV and LV. Then what we will do, we have to measure the phase voltage. We have to measure the phase voltage. You know, transformer is having three phases, R by B. Transformer will be having three phases, R by B on both sides. It is LV as well as SV, right? So any one of the phase voltage means first, see here, why star side? Here see it is written phase voltage star side. Here in bracket I have written star side. You know, phase voltage or the formula for line voltage, if it is delta connected and we are converting it into star, then what is the formula? Line voltage by root 3, VL by root 3 will be the what? Phase voltage for star. So that is why we are dividing the required voltage, that is we are applying voltage 440 volt. We are applying 440 volt to the RYB, and first we will divide it by root 3. We will get 250 volt, right? Then turn ratio, we have to check the turn ratio. Turn ratio where we are going to check? Always on HV. That is, here the HV is what? 11 kV by 0.44. So 440 volt is the LV and 11,000 volt is the HV. So always we have to check it on HV. So turn ratio on HV, already it is rated as 11 kV, that is 11,000 volt, and what the volt we have got by converting the phase voltage into star, 250. So 11,000 by 250, we got this ratio 43.1 is to 1. This is the calculated value, 43.1 is to 1. Now, how we can conclude that this turn ratio is correct or not? This 43.1 is to 1 should be same for other tappings as well. That means we have checked it for tap 1. As I have told, you have to check on each and every tap, or randomly you can check on every tap, on any tap. So first, suppose you have checked it for tap 1. Keeping the position in tap 1, you have checked this voltage with the procedure as we have discussed, and you have got the ratio 43.1 is to 1. Whether we are getting the same value means what? 43.1 is to 1 should not be exactly same. Near about it is also okay. Suppose we are getting a value for tap 2, that is 41.7 is to 1. Okay, no problem. Suppose for tap 5 we are getting 42.8 is to 1. No problem. Suppose for tap 16 or 17 whatever, we are getting again 42.3 is to 1. No problem. Exactly nearer value can be considered. Okay. It is not hard and fast that we will be getting 41.7 is to 1 only in each and every tap, but exactly the nearer value is considered. Then only we can say that the turn ratio or the voltage ratio of the transformer is successful and the transformer is healthy in terms of stabilization of the induced voltage. Stabilization of the induced voltage. Is that clear? Okay, similarly, as we have done, similarly in same way we have to do, it is a power transformer, then we have done for delta star. Here it is star delta. Star delta means normally it has power transformer or general transformer. Star delta means what? The supply side will be star and the load side will be delta. Here the same phase voltage we have to check it for star side first. Why star side? Because we have to get the exact value, because in star only our utilization is there. Whatever we are getting in neutral in star, not in delta. We are not getting any neutral in delta. So it is essential that the turn ratio should be exact in star. So here also we are checking star side the same. We are doing 11 by root 3. We will be getting 6.351 kV. Then the turn ratio will be, as I have told, always it will be divided by higher voltage. There the higher voltage was 11, it was divided. Here the higher voltage is, as for the rating, suppose the rating will be 11 kV by 132. Okay. So what will be the higher voltage over here? 132. So again you can divide 6.351, which is the phase voltage on star side, by 132. That is the higher voltage. You will be getting a ratio. That is the calculator value is 1:20.78. And as I have told, this value should be not exactly but approximately same for each and every tap test conditions. Suppose we are testing it on tap 2 or 3 whatever, and further we are going to test it on tap 5, tap 7, tap 8 or whatever tappings, the same ratio should be there. Same means approximate value is considered. That's it for voltage ratio or turn ratio test. Next coming to the another test, second test, magnetic balance test. This is one of the very important and vital test for transformer, because by this test we can know the healthiness of the transformer. Healthiness means in terms of winding. We can perfectly know that whether the primary or secondary winding, whatever, is healthy or not under fault condition or before pre-commissioning, whatever. So, why this test is performed? To know the healthiness of winding not only winding and studs as well. What are studs? Look at transformer. In that transformer, we are getting certain links, just like that. You can see there will be certain links coming out of the transformer in this way, right? Suppose this is the transformer, certain links will be there. Okay, this is known as transformer studs. Okay, so these studs are also okay or not. It can be checked by this magnetic balance test, because these are also attached to the winding internally. Whatever. So it is to know the healthiness of the winding and studs as well, or studs of the transformer for both the phases, for both the sides, that is primary and secondary, or HV and LV, for all the three phases R, Y, V. Okay, now let's discuss what is the procedure. And before starting the procedure, as I have told, first we have to ensure certain conditions, ideal conditions, which are essential for each and every engineer on the site present to know it. We have to ensure transformer is disconnected from both HV and LV. Also, neutral must be disconnected from the earth. Neutral now. This neutral, where neutral is available? Where neutral is available? On the star side. We are having delta and star, either delta or star or delta, whatever, right? So on the star side, generally we are having the neutral. It is connected to the earth, so that must be also disconnected. Next, we have to keep the tap changer under normal position. What is normal position again for the tap changer? Tap changer, as we know, it is starting from tap 1 to whatever. Let it be, I am taking arbitrary value 25. Okay. For example, I am taking, there are 25 tappings for a power transformer. So within these 25 tappings, there will be a normal tapping. Normal tapping means, for example, that will be tap 30. And what is the tap 30? Why it is called as normal tapping? Because it is as per the rated value of the transformer. For example, the transformer is 11 kV by 122 kV, right? If this is the rating of the transformer, so this secondary side, always you know tapping is under HV side. So this secondary or the HV side 132 kV will be having the range from 110 kV to 140 kV. It will be lasting, the range will be 110 kV to 140 kV. This is the tapping, or this is the meaning of tapping. Means what? Sometimes we don't know what is the transmission value or what is the transmission voltage given. It cannot be 132 always. Sometimes there is voltage sag, sometimes there is voltage swell, sometimes there is 40 condition. So under each and every condition, always this 132 kV frequently changes. Frequently changes means sometimes it is working under 110. Means 110 is the supply voltage. Sometimes it is coming to the maximum value of 140. So under this condition, what is the meaning of this tapping? This means under 110 kilovolt or under 140. This is the minimum range, this is the maximum range. So under this range also it can work with this value, means it is self-sufficient or it is safe to provide this 132 kV under this minimum and maximum condition. This is the meaning of tapping. In summarizing way, I have just told what is the meaning of tapping. Okay. So now normal position means what? Suppose 30 is rated as 11 by 130. Tap number 30. Tap number 30 is 11 kV by 132 kV. So this is considered as the normal tapping of the transformer, and we have to keep the tape changer to this normal position before testing. Okay. So these are the ensured condition before test. Next. Apply single phase 230 volt supply to any phase on LV side with respect to earth. Again repeating. Apply single phase 230 volt to any phase of LV side with respect to earth. That means what? We are going to give supply, that is single phase supply, to any of the one phase. We know three phases are existing in the transformer R, Y, B. Right? So any of the transformer we are going to give the source voltage through a external source of single phase supply. Suppose this is single phase supply. We are going to, suppose we are giving, I am giving the supply, single phase supply to R. Okay? Example, it is written. Suppose I have applied the source voltage R with respect to earth. That is R to neutral. Okay? After giving the single phase supply, that is 230 volt, I have to record the value. Record the value means what? It can be 230, it can be 240, it can be 220, whatever. Right? So we have to record the value of this voltage. After recording the value, again we have to measure the voltage of another two phase. I have given the phase supply to R. Then what are the voltage, what are the phase left out? Y and B. If I am giving the supply to R, phase left out is Y and B. So to Y and B with respect to neutral, I have to measure the voltage. Means Y, I have to measure the voltage Y with respect to neutral. Neutral means we have to touch any part of the body of the transformer. That will be our neutral. So I am going to measure the voltage of Y to neutral, B to neutral, and I have to record the value. Also there is some practical values also. It is already recorded practically. I will show you. So again I am repeating. I have to give single phase supply to any of the phase. For example, I have given the supply to R with respect to neutral. Then I have to measure the voltage across the left out phase. If I am giving to R, the left out phase are Y and B, I have to measure the voltage with respect to N. Okay. Then how we can conclude that the system is okay? System here means what? Transformer, right? Transformer is the system, and system components are transformer winding and the limbs of the transformer, right? So how we can conclude that the system is okay? If injected value means supplied value. I have given a single phase supply to of 220 volt. Previously, as I have told that I have given a supply to any of the phase and repeated the procedure. That value is known as injected value and should be equal to summation of measured value. What is measured value? If I am giving the supply to a particular phase, there are two phases left out. That two phase left out is measured with respect to earth. that measured voltage is known as what? Measured voltage. So summation of that two measured voltage should be equal to the injected voltage. This is the condition. This is the condition. Under this condition only we can declare that system is okay, or the transformer is okay, or the core of the transformer is okay. This is known as magnetic balance test. There are some practically recorded videos you can see. First, suppose for R phase. For R phase, I have given the single phase supply. You can see the recorded value, that is 240.9, and I have measured the voltage for Y and B with respect to N. I am writing it here, R to N, Y to N and B to N, so that it will be very clear. I have given the single phase supply to R phase. I have got the value 240.9. Here again I have measured the voltage of Y and B with respect to earth, and I have got 181 and 58.2. You just add this 181 and 58.2 and check it whether you are getting exactly 240.9 or nearer to that. Not exactly, you should get approximately. Suppose 181 and what is 58.2? What is the value? It is 239.2, right? 239.2 to 40.9, it is okay, it is considered. It can be considered. Okay. You should not get confused with this value and that value, because I have told that the value should be approximate. 240.9 means we should get around the value, that is 237, 238, 239. All these are considerable value. Then again I have given the supply. First I have given the supply to R, then I have given the supply to Y. See, Y here I have given the supply, and I have got a value of the voltage, that is 249.7. Now you can check this 249.7 is almost or approximately equal to these two values or not, 106.7 and 142.1. Just check it. 106.7, 142.1. Let us check it. 248.8 and the value is 249.7. Okay, no problem. Then again I have given the supply to B phase. You can check it here. 248.1. Now check it whether these two values are coming to that value or not. That is 202.2 and 46.3. We are concluding with 248.5. So 248.5 and 248.1, no problem, it is okay. So we are getting the approximate and near values to the measured phase values for different phase. And in this way we can conclude that the magnetic balance test is successful and the system is okay. Suppose we are not getting the value. Suppose for measured value of 240.9, I have got 181.0, and here suppose I am getting, suppose here I am getting 8.2. 181.0 and here I am getting a voltage of 8.2. So here it can be concluded that this phase or B phase is having a fault. Is it clear? Suppose this is, let it be 48.2 or whatever the previous value, or 58.2, right? It was 58.2. But here I am getting, instead of 181, I am getting 100 or 101 like that. So here I can conclude that Y phase is having a fault. So this is the test condition. We can check whether the system is okay or which phase is having a fault. So this is all about the magnetic balance test. We have discussed the turn ratio test and the magnetic balance test. So I think just apart from this test, there were other two tests as I told. Third one was IR test, and the fourth test one was magnetizing current test. Right? What is the time? Just let me know. Let me know. I think the time is already over, right? Okay. So, as I told, we are going to discuss 4 tests. Already I have discussed 2 tests. What is the procedure? It is very clear. Turn ratio test and magnetic balance test. The procedure for the test and why these tests are performed. We have discussed that. Apart from that, there are other 2 tests. IR test and magnetizing current test. Let me just summarize the part. In details we will go in another video. The summary for IR test. IR means insulation resistance test. In insulation resistance test, what we are doing? We are checking the healthiness of the cable. Cable means all the outgoing and incoming cable. We are checking the healthiness of the cable. And what are the procedure? We are checking it from line to line, means face to face, R to Y, Y to B, B to N. And also we are checking for face to neutral, that is R to neutral, Y to neutral and B to neutral. In that procedure we can check IR test, but just I have told it in a summarizing way. In details we will discuss for IR test in my next video. Follow to that magnetizing current test. Magnetizing current test is nothing but the leakage current test. Leakage current test in the sense means if the transformer is open circuited, still then there is some flow of current due to the losses and due to the induced voltage. Those current should be in milliampere. Once again I am repeating, those currents should be in milliampere and it should not exceed the value. If it is exceeding, then there is some fault. So again we are going to discuss the procedural step for this magnetizing current. So time is not allowing us for discussing these 2 tests in details. In my next video I am going to discuss these 2 tests again. Till then, goodbye.